I started a blog when Scott went to Iraq. It was a way for Scott to communicate with us as well as for me to get my feelings out, because just talking them over with family members and friends just wasn't working. People didn't understand how I felt as a mother whose son had left for Iraq. And on top of it, I had horrific feelings that Scott wasn't going to come back. Unfortunately, a month into the blog, Scott got hit in Iraq. I am a mother whose son was just sent to Iraq. I am struggling very hard to comprehend my feelings on this issue. I have a lot of guilt feelings for talking him into joining, although I also know if he had not joined, the possibilities for him were slim. Drugs, wrong crowd, etc. Even knowing what was happening, I still felt this was the best choice for him at that time. Now, however, I have had to deal with the feelings that if anything happens to him, this will be my fault. I am just trying to understand how others are dealing with these issues. So I thought if I can get my feelings out there and also see if he can post how he feels, then maybe I can deal with this better than I have been.
November 13, 2006, Iskandariyah, Iraq. What's up, everybody? I'm finally on. Sorry I haven't called, but not a lot of time. Email is the best way. I'm over here, and it's boring as hell. Not really a lot going on except missions, PlayStation, and the gym. Don't worry, I'm safe as I can be. Well, I gotta go for now. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.
Northbound I-35 coming up to 435. The shot from Cohen reporting an inch and a half of rain already.
Scott is somebody very special. He's been through something in his life that most people can't even imagine. On November 25th, 2006, they were 25 miles southwest of Baghdad in an area called Iskandariyah. His Humvee was hit by an IED. Scott absorbed the majority of the blast. He is burned 3rd and 4th degree over 66% of his body. His left arm was almost completely severed. He lost his lower left leg due to the burns. He lost his spleen, the lower third of his pancreas, the adrenal gland off his kidney. Scott also bled to death in Baghdad. He suffered 3 massive strokes due to that. Not only did he survive, he came out as this most amazing child, amazing person. He's not a child, he's my child, but he's not a child. He's this man who has suffered through more agony and more pain than 10 people. And he smiles and he jokes and he lives his life. And he doesn't let it get him down. And he makes you feel good about yourself. He makes you appreciate life. We don't call it the accident. I've had people call it the accident, and that will piss me off really quick. It wasn't an accident. They deliberately blew my son up. We call it the incident. I even say, when I talk about my son was blown up in Iraq, you know, and people look at you like you've lost your mind. And it's like, that's what happened. This is what happened. This is reality. It's not anything else, but it's not an accident. In all of this, then I've had to learn how to deal with the military. You know, how do I get him through these stages? How do we get the things that he needs while he's still in the military, but he's also an injured soldier? It's a lot easier when they're in. We've since found out, since he's gotten out, some things are a lot harder. It's very hard to cut through the red tape and get the things that he needs without filling out triplicates, where before all we needed while he was still in the military was for a doctor to say he needs this. We had it there almost immediately. This here is from skin grafts. So this was the donor site. This used to be a scar this wide.
It wasn't all the way up here, was it?
Yeah, I think they made it a little wider. And it's where they had to cut him open to remove his spleen and do some things, and then they couldn't get it all the way closed because he was burned and the muscles were contracting. You want to turn around?
Yeah.
Okay, and obviously the left arm, it was almost completely severed. This arm is 6 centimeters shorter than the other arm. The bone is. The bone's actually grown back like this.
Wow.
So it's at an angle, and of course the elbow doesn't work. The nerves were destroyed, and all this. It was horribly open and burned in dirt and
See
everything.
through it, I guess.
You spin around.
Yeah.
This, of course, is all burns, and it goes severely down. A lot of muscle loss, tissue loss, skin adhered to the bone because there's no tissue. This is all donor sites.
Graft.
So this is all where they took the skin, and then this is just due to, again, allergic reactions to the medications and stuff that they put on. For anyone newly injured, anyone coming into the system, it's getting better. It's still not there. I still think there are some major things that need to be done. But those of us who are going ahead are forging new ways. We are forcing everyone to see that everything's not the way it should be, and they are trying to make changes. They are desperately trying. It's going to get better, and it's going to happen. We all just have to stick together. We all have to have a voice. So let's make it happen. Let's make sure it happens. Let's not leave any of these guys sitting on the side of the road, not knowing what their rights are, what their hopes are, what they can do, and don't let this happen. We don't need what happened to the Vietnam vets to happen again. And we need to bring everybody together, and we need to make it a tight coalition.
I can never thank my mother enough for everything that she's done. She pretty much put her life on hold for 2 years to come down and take care of me and help make sure that I was going to be okay, and help get me back home and on my feet.
I couldn't work a full-time job. I spent too much time on paperwork, too much time taking care of him, too much time, just assisting him and just doing simple things. This is all Scott's stuff. It's like a week and a half, 2 weeks worth of mail that just comes, that's VA stuff and DAV stuff and, Medicare and TRICARE and just everything. And this is probably not all of it. It's so many different things. Why can we not have one central piece of information that says this is what these kids deserve? This is what this person deserves based on their injuries. Okay.
All right.
See you after class.
Yeah, love you.
All right. Love you.
Don't try to kiss me.
Be careful. Scott started college, and I am very proud of him for that because he is doing great. I do, how was your day? How was school? He comes home, did you do your homework? Kind of feel like we're back in the whole high school thing, But just making sure he understands that someone's there, someone's, caring about that he does well. I see him making it through the 4 years of college. I see him making, his way, getting his goals, opening his nightclub. I see it happening for him. But he knows he has to make the effort. He cannot sit back and say, I'm a wounded soldier, look at me, feel sorry for me. he has to make the effort to make his life mean something, and all of them do. And I think the ones who survive, the ones who come back, know that. They have something, they've done something they can be proud of, and now they need to make sure that they don't fall off that pedestal, that they stay up there, that they continue to fight, whether it be for just living, they need to fight and be human beings and be the best that they can be.
My PTSD is situational. You know, just getting caught off guard in the wrong situation. Like, we were driving to Kansas City one morning, there was a box on the side of the road, and I kind of freaked out a little bit and like tried to jump into the middle of the car. Really, my mom was there, and she just kind of helped calm me down, you know. And then another was watching a movie, seeing a guy burnt up, still alive, you know, crying, and asking the people that he's with to kill him. Is another one that, you know, it just kind of triggers that memory of what's there, what had happened. And like I said, my PTSD really isn't that bad. It's not compared to other people. It's mine isn't bad at all.
We need now, as a public, as civilians, as military personnel, as human beings, we need to sacrifice our time, our efforts, and give back to them. We need to sacrifice for them. They've given up too much to be left alone, to be left in silence. They need their voice to be heard, and we need to be the ones to say it for them.
Mama told me